Hey guys, Kelsey McCarson here for the Boxing Channel. I have Bart Berry from 15rounds.com. Bart, tremendous performance here tonight by Terence Crawford, moving up in weight. He was the lineal lightweight champion. Now he's the WBO junior welterweight champion. Round 6 knockout winner over Thomas Dulorme. So just how impressed were you with this guy?
Very impressed. It's his composure. Honestly, up front, I didn't think he started particularly well, and I thought he looked very tight. And as the time went on, as he got a little bit closer to Dulorme, and Dulorme seemed to slow a little bit, but Crawford is he has such composure. That's probably my favorite thing about him. And if you watch, it's almost like he kind of talks to himself in the ring. You see him kind of move his mouth, and he establishes a rhythm kind of with his mouth, and then he follows it with his fists. And I can't say enough good things about him. I wish boxing was replete with Terence Crawfords.
He's a guy who doesn't talk a lot outside of the ring or even after the fight. But during the fight, you could see him in there. He was having fun. He was showboating a little bit. It seemed to really it seemed to make him want to impress the fans even more because they liked it here. Talk a little bit about that side of him, the Terence Crawford that I think people want to see more of.
Well, I think they do, and Nebraska is famously Midwestern values, and Crawford is humble and he's quiet, and I think that has great appeal. And when he smiles, it's genuine. Everything about Terence Crawford is genuine. He doesn't put on show for people. He doesn't behave like somebody that he's not. He's genuine. So when he smiles, he's not just flashing a smile to hopefully get endorsements. When he smiles, he means it. And I think that sort of endearing genuineness is what gets Crawford's fans going. And maybe it wasn't a solid crowd tonight, but that was a loud crowd. And when Crawford finally caught him in the 6th round, people jumped to their feet.
It was a loud crowd, and it was in Texas, right? I mean, it's a guy that I wouldn't typically think that, first of all, he would be headlining a fight down here in Texas, but he did that, and he had a lot of fans behind him. Is that a sign of his rising stardom, do you think, in the boxing landscape?
I think so, and as you recall, he was in Dallas a few years ago, and he stole the show from Mikey Garcia. Yeah, he stole the show there, and I think that Texas is close enough to Nebraska, and some of the same values, especially the further north we go. But I think that Terence Crawford has quality, and ultimately quality becomes appealing. You can't get around that. Terence Crawford's the real thing. People enjoy watching the real thing. He's not some sort of promoter-created event. They like his style. He has class, and he's fun to watch.
Who does Bart Berry want to see Terence Crawford fight next?
Oh boy, that's hard to say. Maybe how about the winner of the other fight on HBO tonight? Whoever that ends up being, somebody at 140 pounds, Matisse or Provodnikov. I can't imagine anyone Crawford doesn't look good against. I would say aside from maybe Andre Ward, there's no one I think of as a more complete athlete, complete fighter than Terence Crawford.
So if Crawford even got a shot, and this is outside the realm of possibility in today's boxing landscape, but let's just say Danny Garcia, the lineal champion, chose to fight Terence Crawford. Who do you like in that fight?
Oh, Crawford. I think Crawford, and that's nothing against Danny Garcia. Again, I support Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia did things the hard way. His own promoter cheered against him 3, 4, 5 fights. Danny Garcia won those fights, and whatever he's done the last few years, Danny Garcia deserves the titles that he has. That said, he is not on Crawford's level. Crawford is a special fighter.
For Bart Berry, this is Kelsey McCarson for the Boxing Channel.